Hello, this is Theolyn again with a new episode of The Bridge of Stars. I think we've got to number 18 by now, and there are 23 characters in the angel script. So I think some of them may start repeating themselves before long. Usually I just select them blind, and I don't think we've had a repetition yet. There have been one or two occasions when I looked through them and thought, yes, that's the right one for today. But let's have a look at today's, because it's brought up some rather interesting things. Let's have a look. Be careful not to make too much noise on my desk. Let's have a look. Here we are. This is stability, and I'm pretty sure we saw that a few days ago. I can't remember which number, but anyway, stability. So here we have this, this cross with 4 orbs of light. It's a very grounded kind of symbol. And what we would love to feel when we're using this bridge metaphor is that bridge, planks or stones, whatever, is stable for us. We want to look at the stars and get our guidance from above, but we want underneath us, we want stability. So yesterday, when I was making the Path Working with Archangels video, which will be available to you very soon, don't forget to follow that course, I was talking about Gabriel, whose position on the Tree of Life is at a point called foundation. And the foundation stone of a building is what keeps it in place. So let's have a think about what is our foundation, where is our stability? Now, there are a couple of interesting biblical stories that are appropriate here. One of them is in the Hebrew Bible. This is the story of Job. You may know, because he's quite a famous character from the Bible, you may know that he was sent all kinds of tribulations. And the story begins when the Satan, Ha-Satan, comes to the council of the Bene Elohim, the sons of God, and Yahweh, the chief in the council, says, "Where have you been?" And he says, "I've been walking to and fro on the earth." And they have this discussion because the Hasatan, who is the tester, the adversary, says, yeah, well, I noticed this character Job, and he was very, very righteous, and he loves you, and you know, he's one of your real serious fans. But I was thinking that might be only because he is very rich, and he's got all this cattle, he's got all this land, he's got a happy family, so of course he's going to be a fan of yours, right? So Yahweh says, well, I think he really trusts me. He really is a righteous man. And whatever he owned, he would still be my fan. And Satan says, let me try that one out. Okay. So Yahweh says, that's okay. Then you can do anything. Take anything from him. Try him in any way you can think of, but only don't kill him. So the Satan goes back to earth and he starts to strip Job's life down to the minimum. He's not allowed to kill him, don't forget, but everything goes. He takes the land, the land doesn't produce any crops, the cattle all die, the house collapses, the the wife and the children are all taken ill, and he's got nothing left. And then, on top of all that, he gets a disease himself. He gets boils. And all this time, he is trying not to give up on Yahweh. He's wanting to continue to believe in the God that is from his ancestry and the God that, supports people like him, Israelites. So he talks to his friends. He says, why is this all happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why I'm such a good person. I haven't done anything. It's a famous question. Why do bad things happen to good people? And philosophers have written about that a lot. And basically they have no answer. And then Yahweh comes to him and says, basically, you cannot understand the ways of God, of me, because I was there at the beginning. I created everything. Where were you when I placed the foundations of the world and the sons of God sang for joy? That's what God says to Job. And so Job stays faithful. He realizes he cannot even question the ways of the divinity are so vast, so complex, so interwoven with complexities of karmic complexities, we would say, although that's obviously not a biblical word, that we cannot understand why bad things happen to good people. And even though in this case it feels like Yahweh and the Satan is kind of playing a game with poor old Job, Job nonetheless stays faithful. And at the end of the story, we have a happy ending because Job gets lots of good abundance back in his life. And we can assume that he finds another wife and has some more children. But he has to remain stable within the framework of being totally challenged, right down to the worst thing that could happen to him, that he becomes ill. He not only loses material possessions, loved ones, he gets very close to losing his life because he has a nasty attack of boils that don't sound very comfortable to me. So here we have a story of somebody who stays faithful in the face of adversity. And that gives a foundation for his life. And his life doesn't end because he stays there. He stays in it and with it and stays faithful. And then there's another story that I want to share with you from another part of the Bible. This is from the Gospels. Okay, so this is the Christian part of the Bible. So this is something that Jesus says. Jesus says, whoever hears these sayings of mine and acts on them, I will liken him unto a wise man who builds his house on a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded on a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and does not act on them, shall be likened unto a foolish man, who built his house on the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. So what Jesus is saying there is, if you build the foundation of your house on something firm and stable, then whatever happens in life will not blow your house down. And the house is you. So what is your foundation in life? If your foundation in life is career success and the value of your property, then you could feel very wobbly indeed in times like this, because the economy is totally threatened by what's going on. So you need a foundation stone for your house, a rock on which to build your house. So what is that rock? It's not necessarily joining any particular religious group or taking on a teacher, whether Jesus or any other guru. It's not that. It is a state of consciousness. It is finding the sovereign self within you that allows you to stand firm in yourself. You can say, here I stand. That's Martin Luther. And I am strong in that. And whatever you throw at me, and whatever happens, I know I've got that inner strength, that inner stability. So come back to the path working with archangels, because that actually is also about building your house, identifying those states of consciousness, identifying those archetypes that can be wrestling within you about, who you are and what you want in life. So please join me on Path Working with Archangels. And now I've found something very lovely in here for you in our beautiful book. The Power of Love. Through love, bitter things taste sweet. Through love, pains become as healing balms. Through love, thorns turn into roses. Through love, vinegar becomes sweet wine. Through love, hard stones turn soft like butter. Through love, soft wax becomes hard iron. Through love, grief has the flavour of joy. Through love, stings are like honey. Through love, lions are harmless as mice. Through love, sickness is health. Through love, the dead come to life. Through love, the king is humble as a slave. And that's from Rumi, who's probably already know Rumi's work, 13th century Persian mystic. So the foundation, the stability of that relationship with higher states of consciousness it's founded on love. Stay joyful, and I'll come back again in a day's time. Bless you.